I'm not a total incel by any way. I hate incels, but their mindset is so contagious it got me. So it all started when I accidentally stumbled upon this forum called LooksMax. Now the forum isn't totally bad, there's a lot of positive transformation there, body fat and self-care transformation, but the majority is filled with black pill. This led me into this pit. Maybe I'm being dragged down to nihilism? I don't know. That's why I'm here for help. Now I won't go as far to say that looks don't matter. I know they do. But do they really matter to the extent that these incels think they do? Or they matter as in anyone with no major deformities can look good if he works on himself? Coming to my genetics, my mother and father both were really good-looking individuals when they were young. Nor do I consider myself ugly. I've never been told I'm ugly. Many of my friends would say I'm a bit above average. But this forum destroyed my self-esteem. It just makes me believe that until I'm the best-looking guy on the planet, my girlfriend would cheat on me the second she finds a guy better looking than me. Another thing, are a majority of people on the internet incels? I can find these everywhere, on YouTube, Instagram, even TikTok. All of them say the same thing. Looks are everything and all. Please help me out, guys. I came here in hope. LooksMax? You'll have to search far and wide to find a more shallow group of men, and that's saying something considering we're on the internet. Also keep in mind that these toxic opinions that are so widespread on the internet due to healthier-minded people not spending all their time on the internet, whereas those who are lonely and most antisocial are the ones spending most of their free time, if not lives, on the internet. Where does the cheating fear stem from? Was it something you read on LooksMax, or? But why do people fall for that? Is it because they maybe speak some truth? The cheating fear is from black pill and hypergamy as I read it. I think the cheating fear can come from, 1, the crab bucket mentality. If I can't be happy, obviously nobody else is ever happy. Those happy couples you see? She's obviously cheating on him with 10 different chads because 2, women are evil, and 3, love doesn't exist. You can overcome these though. First, don't get dragged into the crab bucket. If you're interested in fitness or self-care or whatever, there are so many better places to go for advice and tips and camaraderie than incel subs. You say you feel like you're being dragged down into nihilism, and that is good self-knowledge. You're aware of this, so when you see statements like, "Of course she's cheating on her boyfriend with Chad," that's what foids do. Just try to catch yourself and recognize how many negative assumptions are going into that statement of certainty. These guys have no idea about the lives of people they don't know. The whole all women cheat thing comes out of misogyny, pure and simple. If that's not you, if you're not into blaming all women for your problems in life, then great. Again, just recognize where this toxic ideology is coming from, a place of hurt, where the focus is precisely not on the self-care you were looking for, but instead on finding someone to blame. The incel black pill community will take something true and twist it. Like a survey saying women prefer X characteristic, they'll post a link and say, "Look, women require this to be horny." And most won't check what it really says, they'll just believe it, then it gets passed around as gospel. Part of the appeal I think is that it presents simple answers. If I manage to look like X, then I'll definitely be happy forever, and if not, then I definitely won't. It's a lot scarier to think that people are complex and varied. Even if you do everything right, it might go wrong. Nobody likes that concept, which is the implication of a more complex view on attraction. And there's a certain appeal in the other part too. If being imperfect means you'll definitely fail, then that means you can avoid all the risk and effort of trying, since there's no way for most of us to be perfect. In the short term, it's the safer option emotionally. Plus, there's an appeal in thinking that all the time you spent not trying wasn't wasted, as you didn't have a chance anyway. These are my theories anyway, but it probably varies widely by person. There's been a couple guys I've read recently who seem to find the hierarchy thing a positive. Essentially, they fantasize about being on top of the pyramid and being better than all the other men, and never suffering heartbreak or rejection. This is going to be a long one, but it comes from a lifetime of experience. I have 30 cousins, so many aunts and uncles, and many of my biological family were models at one point or another. My brother can attest to the fact that being attractive and outgoing does not mean successful relationships. He used to be a model and is extremely outgoing and empathetic. He has had crap luck dating. Women only used him as a fling, and he's had his heart crushed. And he genuinely is a kind person who now helps people obtain healthier lifestyles, runs a gym and nutrition facility. He wanted to be a youth counselor because he likes being a helper. I come from a family of models, 3 generations, and I can tell you, just because you're attractive doesn't make you happy or successful with relationships. On that side, everyone has been divorced except one aunt who found God and went off the deep end. My generation has done a bit better. Most of us got degrees instead of relying on looks. Then you get my husband, and I think he's perfect. In my mind, he looks exactly as he should: 5'8", 180 pounds, beard, salt and pepper hair. We've been together 15 years and have 3 boys. He is my best friend and I couldn't have chosen better. Attractiveness makes some things easier, like moving a goalpost by a yard or 2, but it doesn't mean you're doomed if you're not attractive. Looks are fleeting. And people who are attractive aren't used to having to work for things, so they're not the best partners. Of my cousins and siblings, we knew this and chose different paths once we got out of that lifestyle. They became engineers, doctors, postgrads, paramedics, chefs, healthcare workers, and dentists. Most of them didn't start their lives until they were mid-late 20s because of the lifestyle that came with being good-looking. Many of them wasted so much time only to realize they were emotionally empty and unfulfilled and would wind up like their parents and grandparents. They mostly wound up in supporting helper roles in life. None of them found happy relationships until they relied on other attributes to find a partner. The best predictor of having a happy relationship is actually a combination of genuine confidence and continuous self-improvement, not looks. My Nana and Grandpa died divorced, several times, bitter, and alone. Entitled to the max. Ugly on the inside, complete with victimhood complexes. My father is the same way. Note: I am not as attractive as my cousins and brothers. I look like my mom, not dad. You don't know any proper hotties who've suffered romantic pain? Sorry if this comes across as condescending, but how old are you and how extensive is your social group? I'm 19. Yay, I do know a few good-looking guys who are heartbroken, but again, I also know some ugly dudes who are crushes of some girls in here, because of their other talents. But this inceldom, it just blurs my vision and prevents me from understanding and internalizing logic. Avoid incel subs like the plague. Anything you see that's just overall blaming women for problems is unhealthy. Do you have good friends? A social group who lifts you up or you like to be with? If you feel comfortable, you can try talking to them about it. If you don't feel comfortable, I'd still reach out to them more and just have fun with them so you feel more uplifted. The biggest challenge with the incel mindset is some of it is true, just none of the overall conclusions are true. the hierarchy is designed to make everyone feel bad about themselves so they don't have to be vulnerable and risk getting rejected by others. If you have low self-esteem, it's incredibly difficult to stop believing bad things about yourself that incels preach. Looks will make you never find love, etc. So it feels like you're trapped, and it seems even more true. I'm a woman, and reading too many incel posts really messes with my self-esteem too. Get support from others as much as you can. Friends that show you they care and want to be your friend. Family that shows they love you. Try not to focus on dating, because if you feel unstable within yourself, a relationship will be nearly impossible to keep up. They are a ton of work, and getting rejected from dating, which happens to literally everyone, might hurt a lot more right now since you're feeling unstable. The thing that most needs to be changed is your mindset. No matter what you look like, if you hate yourself or feel lost, there's no way you can be happy in a relationship. I've been there, and it sucks a lot. If you can, try therapy to just talk out your feelings and get tools you can use to change your perspective. Once you're feeling better about yourself, the incel mindset will be a lot easier to shake. This is super general advice since I don't know much about your situation, but if you want any more ideas, feel free to clarify in the comments or DM me. That's all for today. Come back tomorrow and we'll talk some more. See you soon.